you a horoscope. Okay, I have told you each and every principle how the horary chart will be assessed.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
So,
Sir, sorry.
I'm
Let me just get my earphone so I can hear you
okay.
better.
Okay. See, this is a chart.
Yes, sir.
This is a horary chart which was assessed on 19th of March 2015. I have given this example in my horary book also.
Okay.
This is a very fine example for predicting marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? We are
Yes, sir.
starting from the seventh house today.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
seventh house is the house of marriage and other things. But marriage is very prominent. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
everybody is very much interested in knowing when he or she will get married.
Yes, sir.
So this is the question asked by a girl when I will get married. The question is very clear. You see, have you received your software?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have the software.
Okay, can you construct this chart?
Yes, sir. I can. Give me
That
one
will be
moment.
better. You will be able to learn how to construct the horary chart. Okay, you press the H button.
Yes, sir.
See, this is the basic data. She gave me the number 2063.
Okay. Give me one moment.
Ha.
So what's the name you want me to give?
Exercise 1 marriage.
Okay. So
Exercise 1 bracket marriage.
okay.
Correct?
Yes,
And
sir.
at the number you can write down, you can type down 2063 already.
2063. Yes, sir.
Date is 19th of March 2015. So
Okay.
change it from there.
March. Yes, sir. 19th of March, 2015.
15. And the time was 202617.
202617. Yes, sir.
Now you change the place.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you press the button change a place, so another option will appear. So
Yeah.
type there Tilak Nagar, TILAK.
Yes, sir. Okay, I have it.
Okay, you just give it a double command.
Yes, sir.
So now you give a command of OK.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can write down a question in the query box. When I will get married.
Okay. Okay.
Now give the OK command.
Yes, sir.
It will ask, do you want to save it? Yes.
Okay. Let's see. I'm wondering, did we do this chart already, sir, or no?
No, we are doing it first time.
Okay, awesome. Let me just save it.
Have we discussed this chart in the last class?
Well, let me just pull it up and take a look because let's see, file. How do I look at my past files, sir?
You go to the files, open, edit, and delete chart. Press it. So will you be able to see there? Exercise 1 marriage.
Yes, sir. This is the same. We did this chart before.
Oh, we have done it.
Yes, sir. We did this chart a while ago.
Okay, that is what I was asking you. So the first point is, okay, I repeat it now. Okay, the first point is we constructed the chart according to the number given by the girl. What is the second point? We have to fix the ascendant.
Yes, sir.
Because the question is asked by the girl for herself.
Yes, sir.
So you need not to change the chart, lagna.
Yes, sir.
Third point, we will check the genuineness from moon and its star lord.
Yes, sir.
This is a question related to the marriage. So moon or its star lord should appear in 7, 5 or 11.
Yes, sir.
Kindly check. Does moon appear in 5 or 7 or 11?
Yes, sir. Moon is appearing in 5.
You had done this exercise in the last class. Kindly open that page.
Okay. Let me pull it up right now. Okay, so yes, sir. Moon is appearing in the 5th house.
Okay, and moon is in the star, moon, arrow, Jupiter.
Yes. And Jupiter is showing up in 5, 7, and 11.
Correct. It means the question is very genuine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now after that, the fourth point, we read the promise from the ascendant sub-sublord.
Yes, sir. Which is the
What
Rahu.
Rahu?
Mm-hmm.
Rahu, first of all, you study Rahu as a Rahu.
Yes, sir.
What you had written that day? Rahu,
That,
arrow.
Rahu, arrow, moon, arrow, Saturn, arrow, Saturn.
No, arrow, no. Rahu, arrow, moon, dash Saturn, dash Saturn.
Dash Saturn, dash Saturn. Okay.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
See, my concentration, why I am taking the horary chart, because it is for a particular one question.
Yes, sir.
I have not to see other aspects of this chart.
Yes, sir.
I have to find out is the marriage promised? If promised, when it will happen.
Yes, sir.
So that is why we started from the horary.
Mm-hmm.
Means you will be able to predict marriage out of a chart, whether it is the natal chart or the horary chart.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? This
Yes,
is
sir.
a horary chart. So I will take 2, 3, 4 examples of marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So that you could be able to predict the marriage or time the event.
Yes, sir. Awesome.
Now, first of all, ascendant sub is Rahu, and Rahu is in moon star.
Mm-hmm.
In the conditions I told you, ascendant sub lord should make relation with 5 or 7 or 11 at star level,
Mm-hmm.
and should not get negated at sub and sub level.
Right.
Okay, so Rahu has involved one of the relevant house 5,
Mm-hmm.
which is the and 11 also,
Mm-hmm.
which is the house of love affairs and the magnetic attraction.
It will be the 7th house.
And 11, no, fifth is the house of love affairs and the magnetic attraction.
Okay.
Seventh is the house of partnership.
Mm.
Okay. And along with 5, there is the involvement of the 11th house,
Fulfillment.
which is the house of fulfillment of the desire.
Desire. Yes, sir.
It means there are 2 types of linkages, direct or indirect linkage.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, Rahu has involved 5 and 11,
Mm-hmm.
and it has committed with the 5, 11 and the 12.
Mm-hmm.
Because Saturn is appearing in 5 and 11 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 12 is a detrimental house for the 5th, which is involved.
Yes, sir.
But at commitment and final confirmation level, 5 is there.
Mm-hmm.
And it is very strong.
Mm-hmm.
See, Saturn is the 5th house sub-lord.
Yes, sir.
Whereas Saturn in the 12th is a sign lord only.
Mm-hmm.
So it will not be able to harm much of this signification.
Mm-hmm.
It means if ascendant sub-lord is Rahu,
Mm-hmm.
it means the sub-lord of ascendant is Mercury and Moon also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, after studying Rahu, you that day written Mercury below the Rahu.
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay, and kindly go to the planetary signification. Mercury arrow.
Mercury, arrow Rahu, arrow Venus, dash Mars.
No, sir. No. Mercury arrow Rahu.
Dash Venus, dash Mars.
No, oblique Mercury, oblique Moon. Because Rahu has to offer the result of Mercury and Moon also.
Yes.
Kindly note down.
Okay.
Mercury arrow Rahu.
Oblique Mercury.
Oblique Moon.
Okay.
Dash Venus.
Dash Venus. Okay.
Dash Mars. Okay. Now you check, does Rahu appear in 5 or 7 or 11?
Yes, Rahu is appearing in 5 and 7.
See, Rahu is co-ruling 5th cuspal position, and it is the resident of the 7th house.
Yes, sir.
And at the star level, we take the resident position of a planet if it is posited in the relevant house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Mercury has involved 5 and 7 through Rahu.
Yes, sir.
Now, Rahu represents Mercury and Moon.
Yes, sir. Let me just turn this.
I will also check Mercury.
Yes, sir. So
Can
Mercury.
you check Mercury in 5 or 7 or 11?
So Mercury is appearing in the 7th.
Okay. Write down 7 below the Mercury.
Yes, sir.
Now you check the moon, which you have already checked. Moon is appearing in fifth.
Fifth.
It means Mercury, ascendant subsolar Mercury has involved 5 and 7 through Rahu, 7 through Mercury, and 5th through the moon.
Yes, sir.
It means there is a very strong involvement of 5 and 7. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, it has to be committed by the Venus, which is the sublord. Kindly check Venus in 5 or 7 or 11.
Okay. Venus is showing in. Venus isn't in the 5th. She's in the 7th.
Okay.
And she's not in the 11th.
Okay. Kindly note down 7 below the Venus.
Okay.
Now you check the detrimental position of Venus. Which is the most detrimental position of Venus?
The most detrimental position is the 6th house
and the second house.
Yes.
For the 7th, because there is the involvement of the 7th.
Yes, sir.
And along with 7, there is the involvement of 5. And for 5, which is the detrimental position? 4 and 12.
The 12th house, because it's the 8th from the 5th.
4 and 12.
4 and 12. Yes, sir.
Means you will check Venus in second house, 4th house, 6th house, and 12th.
And 12th house. Yes, sir.
Kindly check. Does Venus appear in 2?
Venus is coming in 2 and in 6.
Kindly note down second 2 below the Venus.
Okay.
Does Venus appear in 4?
No, she doesn't.
Does Venus appear in 6?
Yes, she does.
Kindly note down 6.
Okay.
And Venus is nowhere appearing in 12.
Right.
What has the equation has? It has involved 5 and 7, and it is committed to the 7. But along with 7, there are 2 and 6. Mr. Brian, suppose if Venus is not appearing in the 7, then there is a denial of the marriage. Mercury does not become the significator of the marriage. Involving 7 and committing 2 and 6 only. But in this case, Venus is also appearing in 7. So it will offer the result of 7th house also. Means up to this, the equation is plus minus 50-50.
Right.
Now, the final confirmation has to be done by
Jupiter?
No.
Hold on. Let me just check, sir. Final confirmation has to be done by the sublord. Yes.
That is.
That
you have written already.
Is Mars.
Sorry. Now you will check Mars in which cuspal position?
In the 7th primarily, and then yes.
5 and 11.
Yes.
Kindly check Mars in 5 and 7 and 11.
No Mars in 5.
Okay.
No Mars in 7, and no Mars in 11.
Okay. Mars is nowhere appearing in any of the relevant cuspal.
Right.
Can you see, does Mars appear in any of the favorable cusp? Means does it appear in 3rd or 9th?
Mars is appearing not in the 3rd, and it's appearing in the 9th as Rashi Lord.
Kindly note down 9 below the Mars.
Okay.
Means what the equation has is involving 5 and 7. Committing to 7, 2 and 6, and finally confirm to the 9.
Yes, sir.
Now you have to check Mars in the detrimental position. 2, 4, 6 and 12.
6 and 12. Yes.
Does Mars appear in 2?
Yes, it does, Rashi.
Kindly note down second house below the Mars.
Okay.
Does Mars appear in 4 or 6?
No 4 and no 6.
Okay. Does Mars appear in 12th?
Yes, 12. Star
okay.
Lord.
Write down 12. Now, can you tell me what does Mercury become the significator of the relevant house?
Mercury becomes the significator of the 7th house.
Not very strongly, but because there is a negation also.
Right.
Mars is also appearing in 2nd house, which is the 8th from the 7th. In this case, the 7th has been involved through the Rahu. But there is a favorable position for the 7 and the 9, for 5 and 7, because Mars is also appearing in 9.
Right.
So it also becomes 50-50. It is not denying it.
Right.
Okay. Now you have studied Rahu as a Rahu. You have
Yes, sir.
studied Rahu as a Mercury. One planet is more. Rahu
Moon.
as a moon.
Yes, sir.
Kindly note down moon.
Moon is appearing in the 5th.
No, read moon as the planet.
Oh, okay. So Moon will offer the result of its star lord, and star lord of the moon.
Kindly note down moon below the Mercury.
Okay.
Where you have written Rahu is a Rahu, Rahu is a Mercury. Below the Mercury, you write down moon.
Moon. Yes, sir.
Arrow.
Okay.
Moon in the star of?
Moon in the star of Jupiter.
Okay. Kindly note down Jupiter.
Yes, sir.
Does Jupiter appear in 5 or 7 or 11?
Jupiter is appearing, yes, sir, 5 and 7 and 11.
See, Jupiter is very strong in 5th house because it is co-ruling 5th house and it is the resident of the 5th house.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Planet at the star level where it is posited is the most strongest position.
Okay, let me write that down. Yes, sir.
And Jupiter is the sub-lord of the 7th house.
Yes, sir.
And you know, at planet at the sub level is the strongest one, equal to the resident of the. Now, Jupiter is also appearing in 11th as a sub-lord. Means there is a very strong involvement of 5, 7, and 11.
Yes, sir.
Now, it is being committed by?
It is being committed, sir, it is being committed by Mercury.
No, sir. You are studying moon.
So we're studying the moon, and sorry, we're studying the moon, and would it be this? It would be the star, the sublord, which is Saturn.
This will be committed by the Saturn.
Yes, sir.
See, you have written moon arrow.
Moon
Jupiter dash
arrow
Saturn.
Jupiter. Yes, sir.
Dash Rahu.
Yes, sir.
Oblique Mercury, oblique moon. Now you check. You have already checked the Saturn. In which cuspal position it is appearing?
In the 5, the 11th, and the 12th.
Okay, you write down 5, 11, 12. Now finally confirmed by the Rahu. And Rahu, Mercury and Moon you have already written. Note down Rahu cuspal position, where it is appearing.
Rahu is appearing in the 7th.
No, you will not take the resident position at this level because Rahu does not have the PS.
Oh, I remember now. Because of the positional status.
You will only take the cuspal position of Rahu because you are studying Rahu as the sub-lord. You are not studying Rahu as the star lord.
Okay, then it would be the 5th house then.
Okay, only 5.
Yes, sir.
Now Rahu has to offer the result of Mercury.
Yes, sir.
Mercury is appearing in?
Mercury is appearing in 7th.
Kindly note down 7 below the Mercury. And Rahu has to offer the result of Moon. And which you have already checked it. Moon is appearing in 5.
Yes, sir, in 5th.
So what is the equation now? Ascendant sub-lord Moon has involved 5, 7 and 11.
Yes, sir.
It is committed by the 5, 11 and 12.
Yes, sir.
It is finally confirmed by the 5 and 7. There is no negation at all because Rahu, Mercury or Moon, they are nowhere appearing in 6 or in the 2nd.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir. Clear.
But, now you have studied Rahu as a Rahu, Rahu as a Mercury, Rahu as a Moon as the ascendant sub-lord.
Right.
Now you will club all the 3 involvements, all the 3 commitments and all the 3 final confirmations. Rahu will offer the result like this only. So yes, what sir. Do you say? What do you say? Does Rahu promise the event of marriage to this girl?
Rahu promises the event, and we had said that it does so with difficulty, but yes, the event is coming.
Sir, why difficulty because Rahu is a Mercury, there is a slight difficulty.
Right.
Because there is a commitment of 2 and 6. That is why.
Right.
That is the only problem there. Otherwise, all the channels are very much giving the event.
So, so is it like, are we just looking at the percentage of the detriment versus
See,
the, okay.
okay, you listen me again. First of all, we are studying Rahu as a Rahu,
Mm-hmm.
as the ascendant sub-sublord.
Yes.
Now, Rahu is in the moon star.
Mm-hmm.
Moon is appearing in 5, which is one of the relevant cuspal position.
Yes.
And this is the condition for happening the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Ascendant sub-sublord should make relation with 5 or 7 or 11 at star level and should not get negated.
Yes, sir.
Now, Rahu has involved the 5th house.
It has.
And it is committed with the 5 and 11
Mm-hmm.
along with 12th,
Mm-hmm.
because Saturn is appearing in 12 also.
Yes, sir.
But Saturn is very weak in 12. It is the sign lord only.
Right.
And Saturn in 5th house is very strong because it is the sub-sublord.
Right.
So Saturn appearance in 12th will not do any harm to it.
Right.
Because at sub and sub-sub level, because Saturn is appearing in 5 and 11.
Okay.
So Rahu is a very strong significator.
Okay. Because
Now Rahu has to offer the result of its sign lord Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
So you will read Mercury as the sub-sublord of ascendant.
Mm-hmm.
There is a problem because Mercury is in Rahu star.
Mm-hmm.
It is appearing in 5-7
Mm-hmm.
oblique Mercury 7 oblique Moon 7. There is no problem in the involvement.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is there at the sub level.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rahu is in Venus sub. Oh, sorry. Mercury is in Venus sub.
Yes, it is. Mercury is in Venus sub.
Okay. Venus is appearing in 7.
Mm-hmm.
But Venus is appearing in 2 and 6 also.
Yes, it is.
Which is a detrimental house for the primary cusp, which is 7.
The 7th
which is
house.
involved.
Mm-hmm.
If 7 is not there, if Venus is not appearing in 7, then this is a negation to the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
But 7th is there.
It was there. Yes, sir.
Okay. Till this point, Venus is giving both types of result. It is giving and it is not giving.
Mm-hmm.
But at the sub-sub level, it is Mars.
Mm-hmm.
Mars is nowhere appearing in 5-7-9, 5-7-11.
Right.
Or the 2 and 6.
But it's appearing in the 9th house, which is a favorable house to the 7th house.
Favorable to 5 and 9 both.
The multiplier house.
Okay. Now, what about the moon? Rahu is the moon. Ascendant sub-sublord is moon. Moon is in the star of Jupiter.
Yes, sir.
And you have written Jupiter in 5,
7, and 11.
Very, very strong.
Yes, sir.
Moon is in the sub of Saturn. Saturn is nowhere appearing in the 4 and 6, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a very good condition.
And it's only weak in the 12th because it's the Rashi Lord there.
Okay. Now, no, it is not going to harm the 7th house. Because from 7, the 12th house is the 6th position.
Right.
And 6, 2, 6, 10 are the neutral position.
Right.
And moon is finally in the sub of Rahu.
Mm-hmm.
And Rahu is appearing in 5.
Mm-hmm.
Rahu has to offer the result of Mercury. It is appearing in 7.
7th. Mm-hmm.
It is Rahu represents moon, that is again appearing in 5.
5th. Mm-hmm.
So moon becomes a very strong significator of the marriage event.
Yes.
In totality, the sub-sublord of Rahu is very much strong to give the marriage.
Yes, sir.
This should be my observation.
Right.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
After reading ascendant sub-sublord, we will what other house we will read?
We will read the 7th house.
7th house sub-sublord. Kindly
Yes,
note
sir.
down. What is 7th sub-sublord?
7th sub-sublord is Jupiter.
Kindly note down Jupiter.
And Jupiter is appearing in 5, 7, and 11.
No, sir. No. You have to go to the planetary position chart.
Okay.
Jupiter has to offer the result to
Of his star lord,
sublord and sub-sublord.
Yes, sir.
Jupiter is in the star of
Mercury, which is in the
kindly
7th.
note down. Kindly note down, please.
Okay.
Jupiter arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Mercury dash Ketu.
Mm-hmm.
Oblique
Oblique Jupiter, oblique Saturn.
Correct. Dash.
Dash Saturn.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, Jupiter is in Mercury star.
Yes.
Mercury will do the involvement.
Right.
Mercury somewhere should appear in 5 or 7 or 11.
Right. So
Can you check?
So Jupiter has involved the seventh house through Mercury.
Very, very good.
Yes,
And
sir.
it is being committed by the Ketu.
Yes, sir.
Now you will check Ketu in 5, 7 and 11.
So K2 is showing in the 11th, but it's also showing in the negation house, which is the 6th house for the 7th.
Kindly note down.
Okay.
Ketu is appearing in 4, 6 and 11.
Yes, sir.
See, there is the involvement of 7th.
Mm-hmm.
It is committed by the Ketu at the 11th house.
Yes, sir.
Means involving 7 and committing to 11, it will offer the result.
Yes, sir.
But Ketu is also appearing in 6,
In
which
the
is
6th.
denying the event.
Yes, sir.
Means till this point, it is 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ketu is linking with both types of houses, detrimental and the favorable.
Mm-hmm.
But Ketu has to offer the result of Jupiter and Saturn.
Right.
And write down Jupiter's cuspal position.
Jupiter is appearing in 5, 7, and 11. So Jupiter is favorable.
Kindly note down 5, 7, and 11 below the Jupiter.
Okay, 5.
And
7.
Saturn, you have already noted down 5, 11, and 12.
5, 11, and weak in the 12th.
Now, what is the equation by this point?
Well, it's very favorable because Jupiter.
Very favorable.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you will read like this: involving 7, committing to 5, 7, and 11.
Yes.
Involving 7, committing 4 and 6.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Now, the final confirmation has to be done by?
Is Saturn, and Saturn is favorable.
5, 11, 5, 11, and 12.
Yes, sir.
Saturn is nowhere appearing in 4 and 6.
Right.
So, what is your opinion about the 7th house sublord?
It is very strong, sir, because...
Very strong. Jupiter is a very strong planet to offer the marriage.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, we have studied ascendant. We have studied 7th house. Now, what are the another house we have to read?
We have to read the 11th house as fulfillment of desire.
No, it is the house of fulfillment of the promise. In horary astrology, we are studying 11th. It is the house of fulfillment of the promise. Means the promise indicated by the lagna and the 7th.
So we don't call it desire. We don't call it fulfillment.
In horary astrology, fulfillment of the promise.
Fulfillment of the promise. Okay.
Okay, what the promise ascendant and 7th house has shown here, will it be fulfilled or not?
Yes, sir.
Will it fructify or not? That will be told by the 11th. 11th in horary astrology is not a house of fulfillment of desire. It is a house of fulfillment of the promise.
Okay,
so note down.
So
in every horary chart, along with the lagna and the mula bhava, we will also read 11th house sublord.
Okay. Okay.
Correct, sir?
Yes, sir. So
what is the 11th house sublord?
11th house sublord is Ketu.
Kindly note down Ketu.
Mm-hmm.
You have to read Ketu just similar to the as you have studied the sublord of ascendant Rahu.
Right. So first we read.
In a similar way, you have to read it.
Right. So first we read Ketu as Ketu.
Ketu.
So
you go to the planetary position.
Ketu is in the star of Saturn, sub of Jupiter, sub of Venus.
Correct. Ketu, arrow, Saturn, dash Jupiter, dash Venus.
Yes, sir. Let me just write that. Yes, sir.
Now, you have studied the Saturn already.
Yes, sir.
Saturn is appearing
in 11, in 5, 11, and 12.
No, at involvement level, you will not write down 12.
5, 11.
Okay, write down 5 and 11.
Yes, sir.
Ketu is in the sub of Jupiter.
Yes, sir.
You have just noted down the positions of Jupiter.
Yes, sir.
Kindly note down.
Yes, sir. 5, 7, and 11.
Correct. Jupiter is nowhere appearing in 4 or 2 or 6 or 12. You can check.
Right.
Does Jupiter appear in second?
No, sir, it's not.
Or 4 or 6 or 12?
No, sir.
So it is very favorable.
It's a very
Now, Ketu is finally in the subsub of Venus.
yes, sir.
You have already noted down the position of Venus. You can copy it down from there.
Okay. Okay. Venus. Venus. Yes, sir. And Venus. Yes, sir.
Venus is appearing in 7 along
Yes,
with
it is.
2 and 6.
Yes, sir.
If 7 is not there, the promise will be denial.
Right.
But along with 7, 2 and 6, which will create hurdles. Nothing else it can do.
Precisely.
Now, you have studied Ketu as a Ketu. What other planets Ketu represents?
Ketu is also representing his Rashi Lord and then Star Lord.
What is the Rashi of the Ketu?
Jupiter.
Kindly note down Jupiter. Study the Jupiter.
Okay. So we've already studied Jupiter, sir.
Yes, as the 7th house sub-sublord.
Right.
It is a very strong.
Yes, it is. 5, 7,
now,
and 11.
You have to study the Ketu. Ketu is the Saturn.
Okay, so Ketu is Saturn.
Okay.
Saturn is appearing in 5 and 11.
No, sir. You have to read as the planet by. You have to go to the planetary position chart.
Sorry. So Saturn is
arrow.
Saturn, arrow, Saturn.
Arrow. Dash Sun, dash Mercury.
Dash Sun, dash Mercury, yes.
Saturn, you have already noted down. Kindly note down 5 and 11 below the Saturn.
Yes, sir.
Sun, you have not seen.
Sun is appearing. Sun is appearing in 7 and 11. So Sun is also favorable.
Okay. Okay. You write down 7 and 11.
Favorable.
And what I'm saying is Sun is also appearing in 2 and 6. Will you write it?
Causing some hurdles in 2 and 6.
No. Because there is no involvement of 7th house.
Clear.
Real, okay, understand, sir. See,
yes, sir.
When there is the involvement of 7th house, only then 2 and 2, 6 will create the hurdle.
Precisely.
For 5, there is the involvement of 5th house.
Right.
2 and 6 are the neutral houses.
Okay, so sir, 2 and 6 are only unfavorable to the 7th house, and for the 5th house, 4 and 12.
Keep in mind, 4 and 12 are the most detrimental for the 5th.
Got it. Understandable.
Okay. Now, sir, read Saturn. Saturn is in the subsub of Mercury.
Yes, sir.
And Mercury here, you have already seen Mercury is appearing in 7 and 9 very favorably.
Yes, sir.
So what do you say? Ketu as the Ketu, Ketu as the Jupiter, Ketu as the Saturn. Does it become the significator of the marriage?
Yes, sir.
Does it certify the promise shown by ascendant and the 7th house sub-sublord?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is the house of fulfillment of the promise.
Yes, sir.
Means the promise shown by ascendant and 7th house will be fulfilled. Because 7th house sub-sublord is Jupiter. And 11th house sub-sublord is also Jupiter.
Jupiter, yes, sir.
Any doubt in it?
None whatsoever.
Sir, after studying the promise from the ascendant sub-sublord, 7th house sub-sublord and 11th house sub-sublord, what is your opinion? Will this girl get married or not?
Most definitely, sir. She will.
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay. Now, her next question will be
when
I will get married. Now, it comes the part of the timing.
Yes, sir.
Kindly note down in the new page, timing and event. This is a very important factor I'm telling you. Okay, note down in the new page, timing and event. How the marriage will be timed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I told you in my 5th point when I told the condition of the horary, you have to check the sign rising on the 11th cuspal position, which is the house of fulfillment of the promise. Which sign is rising on the?
Is Capricorn, sir.
Capricorn is a movable sign.
Right.
And I told you the condition, if movable sign rises on the 11th house, the chances of event may take place early.
Quickly.
And if there is a fixed sign, the event will get delayed.
Slow.
And if the movable signs are there, it will not take much delay and not much earlier.
You mean
So,
the common sign? Yes, sir.
yeah. See, now the promise of this horoscope is very strong.
Yes, sir.
And the sign rising on the fulfillment of the promise cusp is movable.
Capricorn. Yes, sir.
Means the event has to happen early.
Yes, sir.
Okay, kindly note down. This is a very important factor. You note down in your own language.
Yes, sir.
What I have told you.
Yes, sir.
Because we are doing we are learning the technique of timing.
So movable signs bring early results.
Okay, provided the promise should be there.
Yes.
If promise is not there, then this movable sign will be able to do nothing.
Right.
Okay. Now we will go to the next point. Is we'll go to the dasha potential.
Okay.
When I told you the conditions, so what are the conditions for the dasha period lords?
The conditions, let me just pull it up. So the conditions for the Dasha period Lord are I don't hold on, sir. You said that the Dasha Lord, the first point was that the Dasha Lord should be favorable for that particular event or the neutral at least.
Okay, we will apply this sentence. Dasha Lord should be favorable.
Yes, sir.
Or neutral at least.
Yes, sir.
Favorable means when there is an involvement of 5, 7, and 11, or
Yes.
there is no negation at all.
Yes, sir.
And neutral means when there is the involvement of 5, 7, 11, and commitment is with the neutral, with the favorable and unfavorable houses.
Right.
Now, what is the Dasha Lord? When the question was asked, the Dasha running was?
Dasha running was Jupiter.
Kindly note down Jupiter. See, you have already studied Jupiter as
Yes,
the
sir.
7th house sub-sublord and the 11th house sub-sublord.
Yes, sir.
What do you say? Is Jupiter promising the event?
Jupiter is very promising.
Very strongly. Kindly note down. Dasha running. Kindly, whatever I am speaking, kindly note down. This is a very important point.
Yes, sir.
Dasha running at the time of query was Jupiter.
Yes, sir.
And Jupiter we have studied as the 7th and the 11th house sub-sublord.
Yes, sir.
And Jupiter becomes a very strong significator of the marriage.
Yes, sir.
So Dasha Lord Jupiter is agreeing the event.
Yes, sir.
Now just give a double click on the Jupiter.
Okay, let me do that.
Bhuktis will open.
Okay, yes, sir.
See, what Bhukti was running when the question is asked?
Also Jupiter. No, Saturn, sorry.
Saturn Bhukti was running up to the 28th of July 2015.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Afterwards, Mercury Bhukti will run.
Yes, sir. Until
now, sir,
2017. Yes.
Now, Mr. Brian, you have to identify between the Saturn and the Mercury. Since this event has to happen early, so we will study Saturn and Mercury. Kindly, you have studied both Saturn and Mercury. You have studied Saturn as the 11th house sub-sublord and Mercury as the ascendant sub-sublord.
Yes, sir.
Both the planets are in front of you, Saturn and Mercury. Can you identify what is the condition for the Bhukti Lord? First, you tell me.
So the Bhukti Lord, like we said, Saturn, and Saturn is in a favorable condition.
No. Kindly read out the condition for the Bhukti Lord.
As in the rule for Bhukti Lord? Sorry. The Bhukti Lord should be very strong in the case of marriage, childbirth, getting a job, changing a job, purchasing the property, etc. Bhukti Lord should be a strong significator for the marriage.
No, sir. I told you Bhukti Lord should be a very strong significator of the primary, 7th house.
So the seventh, but the seventh house is the house of the marriage, sir.
So write down in the primary cusp bracket, in bracket 7.
Okay, primary cusp.
See, 5 and 11 are also the supporting cusp for the marriage.
Yes, sir.
So my definition is Bhukti should be the strong significator of the primary cusp, 7th house.
Yes, sir.
Note down 7.
Yes, sir.
Now, between Saturn and Mercury, what is your opinion? Which Bhukti is stronger to give her the marriage? Either Saturn or Mercury. Can you identify it?
Well, Mercury is giving the promise of the 7th, but Saturn as the primary cusp, but Saturn is giving the supporting cusp. So I would say Mercury, because Mercury is actually giving the 7th promise.
No.
Are we going to say Saturn because Saturn gives the 2 supporting cusps?
See, Saturn, kindly read down Saturn again. Note, you have already noted down, kindly see that.
Yes, sir.
Saturn is in Saturn star.
Yes, sir.
There is an involvement of 5 and 11. There is an indirect relation.
Yes, sir.
Saturn is in the sub of?
Saturn is in the sub of Sun.
And Sun, you have noted down, is appearing in 7 and 11. Okay?
Okay.
Saturn is finally in the sub of?
In the sub of Mercury.
And Mercury you have seen it's appearing in 7?
Yes, sir.
This is the promise of Saturn. Now we will read the promise of Mercury.
Okay.
Mercury is in Rahu star.
Yes, sir.
There is an involvement of 5 and 7. Rahu represents Mercury and Moon 7 and 5. Means there is a strong involvement of 5 and 7.
Yes, sir.
Mercury is in the sub of?
Mercury is in the sub of Venus.
And Venus you have noted down, it's appearing in 7 along with 2 and 6.
Yes, sir.
Mercury finally in the sub of?
In the sub of Mars.
Mars is only appearing in 9th. It is nowhere appearing in 5, 7 and 11.
So what you're saying is that when we club...
Whereas in Saturn there is no negation involving 5 and 11, committing to 7 and 11, and finally confirmed to 7.
Right.
This is a stronger planet.
It would be Saturn when you club all of the results. Yes, sir.
No, while giving the result, you have to club. You have to see the involvement, commitment, and final confirmation. All the 3 planets.
Yes, sir.
Only then you will be able to give the result. No, otherwise not.
Yes, sir.
Have you understood the concept?
Completely clear now,
see,
sir.
Mercury is giving. Mercury becomes the significator, but not as strong as Saturn.
Yes, sir.
Saturn is definitely a stronger planet without any negation.
Most definitely.
See, there is no negation. Sun is appearing in 7, 11 at the sub level, but Sun is appearing in 2 and 6. It will not harm. Already we have talked, because there is no involvement of 7th house. Correct?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So now you will be able to understand which planet is stronger, either Saturn or Mercury. Between Saturn and Mercury Bhukti, I will choose
the Saturn Bhukti. Yes.
Okay. Now, see, Saturn Bhukti has to run up to 28th of July 2015 only. Means just after, within the span of 4 months, Saturn Bhukti will end. The question was asked on 19th of March. And Saturn Bhukti is ending on 28th of July. So this is a question asked by the sister-in-law of one of my students. Mr. Brian, I don't do consultations.
Okay.
But my student requested me, sir, kindly check. She is very much worried about her marriage. So I told her, okay, now this is extended to you also.
Yes,
now
sir.
You start taking the horrors of marriage.
Yes, I will.
If somebody asks you about the marriage, immediately ask her a number or him a number.
Yes, sir.
And you have to tell him, you have to provide me a number between 1 to 2193. And you make a horary chart as per your convenience and as per your wish and will.
Yes, sir.
in the next class, you can discuss with me on Zoom.
Will do. Most definitely, sir.
Correct? So this is the way you will learn.
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
Okay. Now we have decided that this. So I told her, and the next day, she called me. His brother-in-law called me. My student called me. So I told him, but she will get married before 28th of July, 2015.
Wow.
And one thing I told him, that she's involved somewhere. Kindly ask her, is she connected with any male or any boyfriend? So he said, no, sir, no, she is not that type of girl. And man, even then I told him, you just one inquire from her.
Mm-hmm.
You just ask her. So next day he called me. Yes, sir, you were right. She's involved somewhere, and she wants to get married at that particular place only. Sir,
Wow.
how did I see it? You
Mm-hmm.
can also see it.
Mm-hmm.
Now we go beyond. We gone previous. See, when we read the genuineness of this query, we said moon was appearing in 5.
Mm-hmm.
Moon star was Jupiter, and Jupiter is the resident of the 5th house.
Yes. So she's
and
already has romantic involvement.
and it is also co-ruling 5th house.
Yes.
Means moon and its star lord Jupiter both are very strongly appearing in 5th house. This is the
Precisely.
reason I told him.
Precisely.
Now, will this girl get married uh, according to the love affairs? How you will see? 5th house.
Yes, sir. She will.
5th house. Kindly note down what is the 5th house sub-sublord.
Fifth house sub-lord is Saturn. Wow. And Saturn is very much
Listen,
strong.
Saturn is my 11th house sub-sublord and my Bhukti lord.
Yes, sir.
See, kindly you see your Saturn.
Yes, sir.
Saturn is in Saturn star. There is
Mm-hmm.
involvement of the 5th house.
Mm-hmm.
Saturn is in the sub of Sun. That is to the 7 and 11.
Mm-hmm.
Involving 5 and committing to 7 and 11.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And finally confirmed by Mercury, that is 7. This is the
Yes.
way. This is the point I told him. You can
Wow.
also, you have to check the genuineness.
Wow.
You can read the psyche of a person very strongly only from the moon and star lord.
Wow.
Okay, and in this case ascendant is also promising. How? Ascendant sub lord is Rahu.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
is in the moon star and Saturn sub,
Yes, sir.
involving 5, committing to 5 and 11.
Yes.
Now ascendant sub lord is Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
Mercury is in Rahu star, involving 5, committing to 7 by Venus.
Mm-hmm.
This is the way you can check.
Wow.
Okay,
That's amazing.
now so this girl will get married before 28th of July 2015,
Mm-hmm.
provided transit agrees.
Mm-hmm.
One condition. We are also applying the technique of transit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How Dasha Bhukti will be seen. Along with Dasha Bhukti, you have to see the transit. Transit cannot create the name. It executes the event.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, how? Kindly read down the condition of the transit. What transit should do? I
For
have already told you.
right. For each and every event, we have to check the transit of Jupiter. Jupiter tells about the year. Jupiter tells about the year of the happening.
Correct.
Then you said.
Correct.
Then you said Jupiter should transit in such a sign, the lord of which should be linked with the marriage giving houses, or it should become the significator. Okay.
Correct. See, now we will check the transit of Jupiter.
Mm-hmm.
Jupiter should transit in such a sign, the lord of which should become able to give the event of marriage.
Yes, sir.
Now, you go to the tools.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
In tools, there is a ephemeris, 4th from the top.
Okay.
You press ephemeris.
Mm-hmm.
Position of all the 12 planets will appear here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see at the bottom, it is in the March 2020.
Mm-hmm.
you go to the year 2015. Make it to 2015 March.
Okay.
Because the question was asked on 19th of March 2015. Have you brought that condition?
Yes, sir.
Now you check on 19th of March, Jupiter was transiting into the
Capricorn.
Cancer sign, not Capricorn.
Oh, so sir, how would they abbreviate Capricorn?
See, Capricorn, you can check.
Oh, CP. Okay.
Okay. So kindly note down on the day of the query. Kindly make a good notes.
Yes, sir.
On the day of query, Jupiter was transiting in Cancer sign at 19 degrees.
Yes, sir.
The Lord of Cancer is Moon. When a particular planet is in Cancer sign at 19 degree, it means it is in the star of Mercury. Correct?
Yes, sir.
After 16 degree 40 minutes, planet will appear in the Mercury star. Correct. Now make it April 2015.
Okay.
See, in April, on 30th of April, Jupiter is again in Cancer sign at 19 degrees. Make it May. And on 31st of May, Jupiter is transiting into the Cancer at the 22 degrees. Correct?
Yes, sir. 22.
Make it June. Even then, the Jupiter is transiting into the Cancer sign at 27 degrees.
Yes, sir.
Make it July.
Yes, sir.
See, on 14th of July, on 15th of July, Jupiter enters into the Leo sign. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you see it?
0 degrees Leo, 9 minutes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Kindly note down.
Yes,
up to second point of transit Jupiter, up to 14th of July 2015, Jupiter will remain in Cancer sign.
Okay.
On 15th of July 2015, Jupiter will enter into the Leo sign. And Saturn Bhukti is going to end on 28th of July. Means from 15th of July to 28th July, Jupiter in transit will transit into the Leo sign. The Leo means the sun sign.
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Brian, it means during the period of Saturn Bhukti, Jupiter will either transit into the moon sign or in the sun sign.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Now
yes,
you close down this ephemeris. The Lord of Cancer is
Moon.
And the Lord of Leo is Sun.
Yes, sir.
Moon you have already studied.
Yes, sir.
As ascendant sub-Lord. Now read the Sun. Which planet is stronger one?
Okay, let me pull it up.
See, Moon you have already studied.
Yes, sir.
Sun you have not studied.
Right.
So far. Now see, in the planetary position chart, Sun is in Saturn star, Saturn sub and Moon sub-sub.
Yes, sir.
Means there is the involvement of 5 and 11. And committed with the 5th.
Yes, sir.
And what the Moon says? Moon is in Jupiter star. There is the involvement of 5, 7 and 11.
Yes, sir.
Commitment with the 5 and 11 and 12. And finally confirmed by the 5 and 7.
The so moon is stronger.
Okay. Sun is not denying it. Sun is also giving the event of marriage. Because 5 and 11 is very strong ceremony. But Moon is definitely a stronger planet.
Yes, sir.
Understood it?
Most definitely.
Very good. Sir, okay, one thing, we will read more thing. See, In Jupiter Dasha, Saturn Bhukti was running up to the 28th of July. Means in the transit, Jupiter will remain into the moon sign up to the 14th of July. Now you have narrowed down the event by 15 days. Because Saturn Bhukti is going to end on 28th of July.
Wow.
And Jupiter transits in Cancer sign up to the 14th of July.
Yes, sir.
You can cut down those 14 days.
Yes, sir.
Now you can predict she will get married by 14th of July 2015.
Wow.
Have you understood this concept?
I understand it, but it's amazing how specific that is.
Okay. We'll do in the next class very in a special way, and we will try to narrow down the event now more.
Wow.
Okay, you must do exercise on this exercise only.
Yes,
repeat
sir.
2, 3, 4 times.
Yes, sir.
See, this is the way in a natal or the horary chart you will predict the marriage and you will time the event.
Wow.
See, first the thing should be promised. Second, the dasha should agree. Dasha bhukti antara sukshma. Third, transit should also agree. If promise is there, dasha is agreeing, but transit is not agreeing, event will not take place. Okay. Remaining portion of this exercise, will continue this exercise in the next class.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you are coming for the next class on Wednesday, according to Indian Standard Time.
Sir, is it possible?
Okay.
Is it possible for us to have our next class next week the same time? Just while I try to figure out what my work and job situation is going to be like this week, please.
Well, you don't want to come in class in Wednesday and Friday.
Right. So I mean, can we just do it next Monday, just for this week? I mean, I might be.
It will get very.
Tell me, sir.
It will get very delay, and you will not be able. Huh?
Tell me.
The continuity should be maintained here. Only then you will be able to learn.
Okay.
Because if more gap is there, what I will teach you, you will forget.
Okay. Okay. So let's just do the Wednesday then.
See now, this is a question of 1 hour. If you and there is a gap of 2 days in between. After Monday, we are meeting on Wednesday. Okay. If the gap is more, you will not able to understand it.
I understand.
Okay, so we will meet on Wednesday.
Most definitely. All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome.
All right. Bye-bye.
We'll continue this exercise again. Yes. And the remaining portion of this exercise we will do in the next class. And in next class, we'll take another example of marriage.
Yes, sir. Awesome.
And I will expect you should predict that event.
Yes, sir. Will do.
I'm there to help.
Yes, sir. Will do. Thank you so much.
Okay, Mr. Brian. Good night.